Wow. It's stream time. It's stream time. Let's see if this makes a sound. I hope the audio's good because I've got desktop audio on and I should probably turn that off for a sec. Hello? Yeah. I'm just gonna let people come in slowly while Also, I need to ask people, what do they want? What do you all want me to be playing? Because I have been deciding all day whether I want to continue Faith or if I want to do like just a bit of like chill Hades playing, because that's what I usually play when I'm chilling out. I also play Overwatch, but honestly, that's not a chill time. That's not a chill time at all. So yeah, let me see. Let me make sure that the audio is good. Dilly Dally Dusty, thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Yes, it's my birthday. I've just been chilling all day and now I'm gonna like stream a bit. I do want to play some fun games, so let me know what game you want me to play. Currently, the choices are Faith or Hades 2. And I'm happy to play any of those because I was having fun with all of them. Although I will say Faith did have that issue with the with the freaking the display capture, which is manageable. It's fine. Okay. I like rocks like a lot. Says hello, happy birthday. Thank you so much for coming. Oh my gosh. Let me know if the audio's good. I don't know how loud I'm being right now, but I am like my voice should be pretty clear. Fancy Froggy 123, happy birthday, Motzie. Thank you. Oh my gosh, yeah. Right now, you just must cast a vote for which game you want to play, and I will be happy to answer questions about Hi Nay and Dominus while this is happening. I'll be on for the next 2 hours, probably just gaming, because that's what kills time the most, the best. Oh no, my allergies. I hope they don't get too bad today. My allergy medicine is in the mail, and it hasn't arrived yet. Rip. Please feel free to vote. Do you want Faith? Do you want Hades? Ooh, vote for Hades. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely. And I guess the question is, because I have obviously a fully upgraded Hades thing, do you want to play from the beginning or do you want to see me fully upgraded and kind of how I play Hades? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a amateur speedrunner. Mortis Motzie died to allergies. So true. That's me every day. Here. Have a bit of... I'm going to take a pill on stream. Okay, let's do Hades. That should be easier because it does actually... You can see the bookshelf moving in the background. That should be easier because Hades actually cooperates with the game capture. Happy birthday, Motzie! Thank you, Nerdy! Welcome! The single vote has been cast for Hades, and I'm happy to do that, quite frankly. Okay, let's get ready. Let's get it set. I can set that up right now, and yeah, let me know if you want me to be fully upgraded or if you want to start from the beginning, like the very first part of Hades. Because either way, I have played this game almost 800 times, maybe more since the beginning, so I'll be happy to do it either way. Oh, my nose. Down to clown for Hades. Same. And yeah. For those of you who missed it, I'm doing a Q&A for Dominus, and we're going to be answering it in an episode, which I'm calling The Confessionals. So, me and a friend of mine, Edward, who do some Hi Nay stuff together, we have a thing called B-Sides, where we answer Hi Nay questions every 3 weeks or so, based on new episodes. And I'm happy to do that for Dominus while everyone's waiting for the new episodes. Because, you know, you're not going to get any new story episodes until October. But I do want to answer some questions if it's not a spoiler. So, happy to do that. Truffling! Happy birthday, Motzie. Thank you for coming, Truffling! Oh my gosh, thank you for hanging out. Let me turn on the settings, the music for Hades. Let me know if that sounds good. It doesn't need to be too loud, I feel. But let me see if you can hear it on the stream. Let me see if you can hear. Can you? Can anyone hear Hades right now? please let me know. And if the sound is good, please let me know as well. Oh, awesome. There we go. And once again, one more question. Do you guys want me to play from the very beginning, or do you want me to play just off of, like, a fully upgraded run? Because when I do fully upgraded runs, you will see me speedrun the game. I can show you how fast I can speedrun this game. Meanwhile, please feel free to ask any questions in the chat. I am just here to hang out, have a chill day, because I love hearing from you guys, and it's a good time. So let me know which one you want. If you want you know, a run that is completely, what do you call it, like completely fresh, or if you want, ooh, speedrun sounds fun. Alright then. The need for speed, speedrun. Awesome. Okay, let's do it. I will do a relatively impressive, but not professional speedrun. Okay, let me switch windows here. Here we go. Game capture. Game capture. Where are you? Here we go. Alright. Let me see if that shows up. Hello? What the heck? Okay. Alright, let me give this Where is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm having... Why are you doing this right now? Ugh. Oh, there you go. Is it showing? It's showing! Oh my god, thank goodness. Alright, alright, alright. We got this. It's finally here. And let me know if it's too loud, or if you can hear my volume just fine. I am... Let me just take a look at the stream from here. How's the volume? Nopesy Doodle says, happy birthday. Oh my gosh, thank you, Nopesy Doodles. Welcome to the stream. We're just going to play a little bit of Hades while chatting. Please feel free to chat in the chat. And please feel free to ask any questions about Hi Nay, about Dominus. I'm also taking Hi Nay episode suggestions. And if you know anything about Hi Nay, we do a lot more, like, casual, or, like, just a lot of, like, more standalone horror stories. I like doing a lot of, you know, supernatural horror stories in Hi Nay. And if you have any suggestions, any ideas for everyone who has listened to Hi Nay, and even people who don't, you can suggest, like, a sort of anthology-style horror story, and I will be happy to kind of take the idea and sort of, like, run with it, and, of course, credit you if you are interested in that sort of thing. But for now, we can just chill. We can just play some video games.
That was interesting.
And I will show you how I speedrun this game. Kinda. Casually. So you can see everything has been decorated. And we'll talk to a couple people. Evil Plants episode. Oh, actually, you know what? I did have an idea for a The Happening style thing. I don't know if any of you remember The Happening. It's famously a very, like, not hated, but certainly, like, laughed at horror movie by M. Night Shyamalan. But I do love it because it has a really fun concept. It's basically that the plants want you dead, and so they send out, like, evil pollen to make everyone... Tell me there's an elder that gardens. Honestly, yes. Yes, there is. I have not named them yet, but I actually have thought about an elder that gardens.
Take it easy, boy. I'll be back here in no time.
Look at how decorated everything is. I've been going ham on the decorations. Evil gardening. Yes, I will definitely do that, especially because I am coming up to... So for those of you who don't know, Act 3 is finally ending soon, finally. I know I've been delaying it for a while, but I swear, we have been leading up to a proper ending for Act 3. And once we do Act 3, I will be spending time doing a lot of bonus episodes in between Act 3 and 4, which is why it's a good time to talk about bonus episodes, talk about, like, different ideas. There's actually a poison garden in England. Yeah, I remember! That's super cool. Okay, let's go. Let's go speedrun. Alright. So, since I'm showing you speed, I'm going to show you my fastest weapon. And then we will go from there. That should be good. Alright. Yes, I will do an Evil Plants episode, but I'll also do other episodes as well. If you have ideas, let me know. But if you also have questions, Plants of Doom and Despair. Exactly. Here we go. You can see the timer on the upper right there. So you can see, like, the kind of stuff that I do. What's funny is when I do this, I'm really just, completely silent. So, usually I'm not, like, chatting. So yeah, if you want me to explain anything, you know, obviously I want to talk about Hi Nay, but if you want me to explain anything about this game as well, I'd be happy to. You can ask why I got so into speed running, and why, and what the significance of Hades for me. You can ask anything at all. I'm just here to chill. I'm just here to do what I usually do, but with friends. And by friends, I mean listeners. Friends of the show. I actually just, today was my chill day because I had a birthday party over the weekend. So that was my big celebration. And today was kind of just enjoying the warmth, enjoying the weather. Although, Toronto will not make up its mind! Toronto keeps getting cold again for no reason. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Motzie, do you have any milk tea places in Toronto to recommend? Oh, absolutely. My favorite spot, unfortunately, closed down because the owner stopped paying rent, and then it just got, like, locked up. Like, it straight up got locked up because the owner did not pay rent. Crazy. But a good spot. I'm not that, like, worldly about the Toronto milk tea stores, but I will say a lot of good places with specific, like, flavors that I really like. For example, Cocoa is like an international what do you call it, like, store, but it has my favorite Sago milk tea. Super fun. And then there's also, what's it called? Not Nine Story. I'm thinking of something else. Let me look this up. It's called, shoot. I always pass by it, but I never remember the name. It's, here we go. Let me look this up. Nine Sips. Nine Sips has a really good golden bubble milk tea that I really enjoy. Is that Nine Sips? No, I'm wrong. It's not Nine Sips. I'm already fucking up. I'm sorry. I'm already fucking up my recommendation. It is not Nine Sips, although that is a nice place. I'm actually thinking of... It's not Frutio either. What am I looking at? It's not Chow Bar. 50 Lan. 50 Lan is also a chain. What you're learning about me is that I don't actually go to those fancy chains, because at the end of the day, a really good milk tea is made by the cheapo, like, large, you know, like, stores. They're not... Good milk tea is not made by a fancy place that reinvents the wheel. It is made by a nice classic place that, like, knows that a good milk tea is cheap milk powder and mastered ratios. Because milk tea for me is like an everyday thing, which it shouldn't be, but it is. And my favorite ones are always the ones that are just, like, reliable, if that makes sense, and the ones that have, like, that very cheap taste. I like a good cheap milk tea. Nerdy Flower says, I too am in all seasons in a week, Southern Ontario. I just want to put my coat away. Same. Truffling says, now I'm picturing an elder like Maricat Black, the narrator of We Have Always Lived in a Castle. I have not heard about that one, but that's cool. This is the same thing with kebabs. The best kebab places are always the kind of place that looks like it would give you food poisoning. Exactly! The best milk tea places are the cheapest ones. Like, the cheap, like, you know, chain stores that have come straight from Asia. You know, they're not trying to be fancy or anything. Like, they're straight up like, because, you know, fancy tea I get. Like, I like a good fancy tea. But a milk tea is meant to be, like, cheap as hell. You know, it's cheap as hell, it's delicious. It's meant to be that. It's not meant to be fancy. And quite frankly, I the places that look sketchy have the best food. Although I will say my one exemption is the same thing with tacos and Mexican food. Exactly. My one exemption is that if a milk tea spot like is not a chain and it's just like how to describe it? It's like a cheap food place that happens to have milk tea, usually not that good. The milk tea in the cheap food place that's not a milk tea chain, usually not that great. It's just meant to, you know, it's just meant to be there to accompany the food. The food's gonna be great, but if it's not made for milk tea, it's not gonna be that good. But if it's a chain, if it's a cheap chain that's made for milk tea, it's gonna be delicious, and it's gonna be the best kind. And honestly, milk tea's not that complicated. You can get it right very quickly as long as like you shake some, you know, you shake it in ice. If you make it too complicated, it's something else entirely. That's not milk tea. That's like a artisan tea store that happens to use milk sometimes. Okay. We've made good time. Sorry, I hit the microphone. We've made good time. I am at 2 minutes and at the first boss. The typical time is 2 minutes 30 seconds. But we've hit 2. You'll see my record in a bit. You shall see. Okay. Here's my speed run. I've been playing this, yeah, literally since the full release came out in 2020. The first time I played it, I was like, oh, I'll just try it. I'll just give it a try. And then 8 hours later, I was like, where am I? What time is it? What's happening? Truffling says, I agree one of my most memorable Texas meals was in the back of a gas station. No, for real though. Sometimes certain foods are better cheap. The more expensive you get with it, the more complicated it gets, and like needlessly complicated. It's just not as good. Some foods, you know, some foods are good expensive. Like, let's say, you know, I don't mind a cheap sushi, but generally speaking, a more expensive sushi will mostly taste better. But when it comes to things like a milk tea or a taco, if it's more expensive, it's not likely to be better. It's much better if it's like cheap. And to be fair, like in Japan, sushi is cheap, but when you're like talking of other places, a cheap sushi is not gonna do it for you. But yeah, sorry, I didn't answer your question properly, but I like any place that has tiny pearls. So that'll be 50 Land, that'll be cocoa milk tea. Tiny pearls really hit. Like, I'm not really a big fan of the big pearls. Tiny pearls for me. And the only time I actually like enjoy big pearls is if it's like a brown sugar pearl. Like, I think I've mentioned this, but Mary's favorite milk tea is brown sugar milk tea. And they have to have really good big pearls for that one. And for me, my favorite order from any milk tea store is an oolong milk tea, 70% sweet, with a nata de coco, aka like a coconut jelly. It's here in in North America, it's more common to get like a lychee jelly. So that's about the same thing, except that one's lychee flavored. And the nata de coco, or coconut jelly, is just the original version of that, like made from coconut, like it's a coconut jelly. But yeah, that's my favorite order, and Mary's favorite order is the brown sugar milk tea. Because of course it is. She's a sweets person, that one. Also, one of the best meals in St. Paul was a pho place in this brick building with almost no signage, and my dad and I were the only white folks there. So true. Yeah, most Asian food, not all, but most Asian food is better when it's like cheap. Like, even this really nice Filipino place that's near me, it's called Tagpuan. It's actually not that expensive when you actually look at the servings. It's still like, it's a nice place, but it's like it's sort of like when you add up all the food, it ends up super, super cheap. Like, you get like an entire plate that could feed 2 people for 15 bucks.
Hades.
It's really quite impressive. Okay. I love brown sugar milk tea myself, though the golden milk tea is pretty addictive. Yeah, golden milk tea. Yeah, definitely a big, like, oolong fan. Especially with the, coconut jelly. Yeah. Honestly, like, the place, unless you have a specific order, the place usually isn't as important as the order that you have. You know? Because most places have a similar one. Ooh, we're already through, Asphodel. You know the best place to get Chinese food?
Take it.
It's a place where they're mean to you. That's the best place to get Chinese food. Nerdy Flower says, if I see the restaurant owner come out of the kitchen at some point to eat dinner with their spouse and the kids, I know the food's gonna be so good. True. Actually, you know what? I correct myself. Not that they're mean to you, but but they have like a tone that tells you that they're not playing around. You know? That you might interpret as mean, but they're just no nonsense. That's more of what I mean. Like, if the tone of the owner is no nonsense, that's the best Chinese food you ever eat. But yeah, if the owner is actually mean, even better. Like, if the owner's actually mean, that food's gonna be the best you've ever had. If they look like you're wasting their time, that's the best food you'll ever have. Because a place with good customer service is masking something else when it comes to Asian food. Nah, I kid. I've eaten at good places that have good customer service, but honestly, if a place does not waste time with customer service, you know that the food's, like, gonna stand on its own merits. If it's mid-range, if the, what do you call it? If the ratings are mid-range because people are angry that they were mean to them, that's the best place to be. I am not making good time, I'm afraid. That's okay. I'm going as fast as I can, with the power I'm given. 5:31 is too long. I have wasted time. Oh well. And yeah, for those of you who are unaware, Hades 2 just came out with a new update, and I have not seen the update yet, but I will. Eventually. Because I know that's going to eat up all my time.
Get me out of here.
At least with Hades, I can finish, like, a single round in, like, whatever. Oh, one sec. Let me just, yeah. And if you guys want me to pull up a different game, let me know as well. There's actually a horror game that we can play called, Observation Duty, where you can all find anomalies with me. That's a bit scarier, though. Hades is clearly not a scary game. And I know you're all horror fans, but sometimes you just want to chill out without the scary game. And Observation Duty is a little spooky. Not, like, horribly spooky, but certainly quite a bit spooky in certain places. Ooh, more horror, exactly. Nerdy Flower says, that's true, there's an Ali Wong joke that goes something like, I want to leave the restaurant full and belly and emotionally battered. Exactly. Listen, if they're not wasting time on being nice to you, that means the food is too good for people to stay away. That's the lesson you have to learn. I love the music here. I wonder how people enjoyed the Faith live stream, because I watched it and I really had a good time, but I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to struggle with the lack of, like, game capture today, because it was a little bit of a problem with, like, game capture. I had to, like, edit a little bit so that I wouldn't see the whenever I changed my windows.
Just what I wanted.
And once again, Let me know if the audio's good. I don't want to make this an unpleasant experience audio-wise. As an audio creator, I'm sure you know this. Yeah, so there's Observation Duty, which is a light horror game with with like 1 or 2 heavy horror moments. I was also, because here's what you need to know about me. I have so much that I do when I'm planning for like actual episodes that I do not plan for any other things. So this was very like, yeah, this was kind of on the spot. I mean, I announced it early, but I didn't want to plan anything because it's my birthday. I already planned my party. I don't want to plan anything else. But I actually was looking at a couple of other games that I might play in the future, and one of them is this Filipino horror game that looks really properly scary. And I actually, despite loving horror stuff, and despite loving other people playing horror games, I'm very bad at playing horror games. I think I once chickened out when I was trying to play Outlast on stream. So, you know, maybe I'll try to do it at some point, because I love a good Filipino horror game. But, yeah. Oh, here! So this is my favorite character in Hades, and he has the best music, if you can hear the badass guitar. This is Asterius, the Minotaur, and he has trans colors. Look at his colors, he has trans colors. If you're bad at the horror game, that means the game's peak. So true. That's true, that means it's a proper horror game. I'll try to brave one. I mean, I'm okay if somebody's there playing with me. I don't know if I can handle it just on myself, you know? I actually need somebody to, like, assist me in the, in handling the horrors. Oops, he's so fast! By the way, I don't know if any of you noticed, if you play Hades at all, I'm actually playing on, like, double speed. Because that's the only way to get a proper speed run in. So, Transminotaur, exactly. All the enemies are actually moving at 40% speed. 40% increased speed. Hell yeah. So, Transminotaur, it's me, guys, it's me. I need someone to assist me in handling the horrors, the most 2026 sentence. Exactly! Listen, who can handle these horrors alone? Not I. Not anyone. Oh, here you go. Oh, wonderful. I got a fountain room. There's so much Hi Nay stuff I want to do, and I kind of wonder, like, if I should spend more time just making Hi Nay or doing the Hi Nay stuff. That's always my big issue when I make decisions about, like, certain Hi Nay activities. Like, you know, just the fact that I already started making the Hi Nay comic was a big one, but I was able to justify it because I also needed to do stuff for the Pinoy Monster comics. Oh, here's Boyfriend. Look, it's Boyfriend.
This one is off the record, Zacharias. Come on.
I needed to, you know, I need to figure out, like, things that are worth my time, because I spent a lot, like, I spent this year doing Hi Nay Weekly, and that's kind of new, because Hi Nay used to be kind of, it's either monthly or bi-weekly, which is, like, every 2 weeks. It's kind of hard to find, like, a good balance of what, like, I want to do. But I want to do everything for Hi Nay, so that's kind of hard. And of course, Dominus now this year. Dominus is like my fun, wonderful little like project that I'm super engaged in and grateful for, and a lot of other people are excited about as well, which makes me even more excited, you know? But I do find it so funny. Today I saw somebody call Father Olojimi, was it Ultra Disco Priest? For because Lenville Brown is in Ultra Kill and Disco Elysium. Oh, there you go. How wonderful. Yippee!
That takes care
Teehee. Teehee. But actually, I don't know if anyone's interested, but I actually compiled some short stories from Hi Nay into a little mini book, into a short story collection, and I've been selling it locally here in Toronto. But I have not delivered it anywhere outside of Canada yet, so... But it's a bit of like Hi Nay merch, I guess, or Hi Nay content that I think people might be interested in. I don't actually know if that's something they'd like, but let me know if that's something you'd want me to do a delivery, like, I'll try to do it, like, in the midst of, like, the season break. Yes. I need an animation of Father Olu breaking it down Macarena style. So true. Poor Father Olu, he's going through so much. I say as the one making him go through everything. Father Olu is suffering, and that's why we love him so much. He is so lovable in his suffering. Okay. That's how I feel constantly as a writer. Exactly. If your characters aren't suffering, then what's the point? Ooh, who wants to hear some fun, like, little Dominus lore? That's not necessarily gonna be in the show. But it's gonna be relevant to people who have listened to my other work. Fancy Froggy says, that's how I feel constantly as a writer, like I could stop suffering, but where's the fun in that? Exactly. Dilly Dally Gusty says, Father Olu crying, me, dance for the viewers, dance. Okay, so people want to hear lore. The lore I want to share is actually about Fetus. So if you remember Fetus, she is the maid in the Bamford house. She's the only one that Mary actually talks to on a regular basis. And what's really fun about Fetus is that so a lot of the characters in Hi Nay, so Hi Nay exists in the Hi Nay and Dominus. So Dominus exists in the Hi Nay universe, and what that means is that if you've listened to Hi Nay and my other works, then you may have a little bit of an idea of certain characters. And one of those characters is actually Fetus, but this is not necessarily Hi Nay, although it's in the same universe. The idea is that, if you remember my anthology writing, so I have been in some horror anthologies. One of them is called Someone Dies in This Elevator, and the other one is 9 to Midnight, which is run by 9 to Midnight is run by Harlan Guthrie, who does Malevolent, and I was in 9 to Midnight. I did that first, and I have a character in 9 to Midnight whose quote-unquote name is Interpreter. So Interpreter is a character from 9 to Midnight, and I also use her in the Someone Dies in This Elevator anthology, which is run by this wonderful like audio drama creator named Tal Minear. And basically, in both 9 to Midnight and Someone Dies in This Elevator, Interpreter is basically, she used to work as a morgue worker in the Philippines, and then she went on to work as a caretaker in Toronto. And basically, when she was in the morgue, she saw that she saw ghosts, and she saw, like, basically she would see a lot of ghosts, and she helps a ghost kill, like, a corrupt policeman. And then when she's in Toronto, she also has a she has a secret affair with a priest. So another priest. It's my first, like, Catholic horror story that I did was actually in the anthologies. So there was 9 to Midnight, there was Someone Dies in This Elevator, and there was 9 to Midnight, the second one. And basically she has, like, this secret romance with a priest. And the priest knows about certain supernatural things happening in the world, and Interpreter also knows about supernatural things because she helped the ghost kill a person. And the reason that I bring Interpreter up is because she is friends with Fetus in this universe, which also is the Hi Nay universe. Fetus and Interpreter are both sort of like, they've been working in a similar field. Although Fetus is a housekeeper, Interpreter is a caretaker, they both basically were working in Canada trying to get permanent residence, trying to like stay, and Interpreter found her work in caretaking, and Fetus found her work in housekeeping. And so, Interpreter has run into a lot of supernatural things, which means that Fetus has inadvertently also run into a lot of supernatural things, but not directly. She's heard about it from Interpreter. She doesn't actually know about it herself. So, her experience is going to be interesting, like, in the story. But that's another way that the Hi Nay and the Dominus universe overlap and intersect. It's that Interpreter and Fetus are actually friends. And, you know, Interpreter's out here sleeping with a priest, and then Fetus is here, like, in another Catholic horror podcast, and it's... I can't help myself, is what I'm talking about. They're friends, yeah. And the thing is, Fetus is actually quite... So her personality we'll find a little bit more about, but Fetus is not shy, but very subdued. And she's a little less... Because Interpreter has a very strong personality. I'm sure you all know if you've listened to those episodes. Interpreter gets stuff done and does what she wants. Even if it, like, you know, even if it might not necessarily be moral, she is a moral person, but she's very much like, I'm gonna do this if it helps me, and that's fine. Interpreter is very much like that. She's confident in what she does. She has fewer qualms than someone like Fetus, whereas Fetus is full of qualms. Fetus is very, like, not, like, she's kind of scared of things. But Fetus does learn from Interpreter a little bit. But that's her biggest thing, is that she's always been afraid of seeking out what she actually wants. And this may or may not be relevant to the story in the future. Interpreter being very, let's say, what's the word? Very, repressed. That's the word I was looking for. Fetus is repressed. Fetus is very repressed. And Dilly Dally says, I knew Fetus had something important going on. I felt it in my nuggets. Oh yeah. I mean, listen, she has her own theme song. They all have a theme song. She has her own theme song. Of course she's important. If you remember, I said that they all have their own, like, unofficial playlist theme song. And as I said, Father Alu has Achilles Come Down, which is his unofficial theme song. Fetus's theme song is Angel of Small Death by Hosier. So make of that what you will. I don't know who knows the lyrics to Angel of Small Death, but that might reveal a little bit about Fetus if you actually know the lyrics to that one.
That's a lot of calling.
Yeah. Okay. That should be done. Time for boss fight. That's how you know who's important, who has music. Exactly. Oops. I hit my microphone again. I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? I should change the stream information to reflect Hades, now that I think about it. Category. Hades game. There we go. Now people can join if they want to and be very confused by everything I'm talking about. Done. Okay. Yeah. Huh. I wonder why the chat is not updating on this side. What the heck? Oh, the playlist of Doom and Despair and Jesus Christ Superstar. Exactly. No, that's super funny. The rest of the playlist is like, wow, dark things, bad moon rising, sad stories, everyone's having a bad time. And then it's Jesus Christ Superstar.
I trust you have retained enough of your strength through this ordeal to make this worth our while.
It's Father. Say hi to Dad. Hi, Dad. Have a good dad. Fight.
To me, wretches, destroy my kin and an eternal torment to you who speak of this.
Kill my son for me, buds.
The sun used to assert himself at every opportunity.
There you go. Just playing some speedrun Hades. Nothing too impressive. I'm not actually, I'm way beyond my...
No, you don't.
Hey, that song bangs. Which song, by the way, Truffling? Which song bangs? If you're talking about the Hades music, I agree. But also, do you mean Jesus Christ Superstar or Angel of Small Death? Oh, I love this boss music so much. Whoopsie. I like Gordon's unofficial playlist song. Yes! Ain't No Grave, Johnny Cash.
Comes a certain strength, it seems.
Jesus Christ Superstar, though the Hades songs are pretty good. Yeah, and I mean, the entire album of Jesus Christ Superstar is what I love. So, obviously, a couple of the songs there are actually applicable to Dominus. Although, it's more the vibe of the entire thing that I go with.
I cannot remain.
Okay, so you can see on the right here, my actual record is 9:26, but my clear time for this one is 14:30. So that's my fastest time so far. I did achieve an 8:47 at some point a long time ago, but that's my speed. That's my super speed for Hades. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna take a bathroom break, but if you have any more Hi Nay ideas, Dominus questions, anything at all, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will answer them when I get back. BRB. Yum, yum, yum. Almost back. Okay, let me take a look. Ooh. I have a Dominus question. What does the demon look like? Does it happen to have a gender, mostly just for fan art purposes? Wonderful question. So there are a couple of things in Dominus that I want to make a visual for, because I am a visual kind of person. I'm a very, very visual artist, which is why the characters are designed. So you have Olu, you have Friedrich, you have Mary, you have Jonas. However, the demon, I actually don't necessarily have an image for. I will say, however, it'll manifest in different ways. So you can actually draw it however you want. But at least one of those manifestations is quite bright. At least one. But there are going to be many manifestations, so you can actually draw them however you want. No gender, no nothing. You can just draw them how you like. But one of the manifestations is a bright light. That's it. All the other manifestations people can be creative with, because it does take many forms. And you will see an example of that throughout the series. Hopefully that helps. And let me know again if the audio and the stream is running fine. Keep me posted so that I make sure that the quality's good.
Everyone needs you can do this. Whatever it is you're doing.
Hopefully that's helpful for the question. Here we go. He, my girlfriend. Alright. Yes. Okay.
Should check the garden.
Oh, look at how cute that is.
I've heard that you've been doing great out there lately, Zacharias.
Thanks, Mom.
Your performance has been adequate of late.
He looks so awkward. I love it. Oopsie. I love how awkward he looks in this in this image. He's so cute because he's so mean. Okay. Now all I can imagine is the saying, "The light at the end of the tunnel." Oh yeah. I mean, ideally, and in the story, there will be a lot of statements that give you an idea of what people are seeing when they see the demon. But for now, all I can say is that it takes many forms, so you're free to draw the demon however you like. Just know that its voice is very unpleasant. My voice. Ooh. Truffling says, I have a lore question. Do the Philippines have trickster fox spirits like the big three, Korea, Japan, and China do? So no, we don't have a trickster fox spirit. But in the Philippines, it is considered widely that most of the creatures in the forest are either tricksters or actively trying to harm you. There are benevolent ones as well. But when you are lost in a forest, they will tend to turn you around and get you lost. No trickster foxes necessarily that I know of, but the main one that I know that will get you lost is a tikbalang, which is my favorite creature. It's a horse-headed creature that is my favorite. It's my favorite character, and yeah, it's how you say, like, it will get you lost in the middle of a forest, and you can get unlost by flipping over your shirt so that you can get home. Nerdy Flower says, I was playing the Dominus pilot on my phone in the kitchen while my friend was sleeping nearby, and the way I had to run across the room when the demon voice happened to turn that down. I love being evil. Truffling says, yeah, that was a jump scare. You're welcome. I love being evil, and I love doing a bad voice. And by a bad voice, I mean a good voice, but bad on the mental state.
Keeps fixing that.
I love being evil! There's nothing better than playing an evil character. I think the last time I had that much fun playing a character... Like, I love playing Mary, but, like, fun is not the word I'd use when I play her. Just good. But the last time I had such fun playing a character other than the demon was when I played the cockroach in Kill Jam. Like, I don't know if you guys have listened to Kill Jam. I actually featured it on the Hi Nay feed. It is very different. It's kind of an adult-themed, deathmatch wrestling-inspired, queer, sort of like neon punk, like, you know, neon punk-ish style show. And in it, I play a really unpleasant cockroach lady. Which was super fun for me. Dilly Dally Dusty says, or Nerdy Flower says, it's so good and so scary. Dilly Dally Dusty says, I love being evil. Don't worry, we can tell by how doomed all the Dominus characters are. Thank you. I appreciate it. Fancy Froggy123 says, I have a very deep voice and my friend keeps trying to cast me as villains. Hell yeah. Nerdy Flower says, Mary suffers from the evil, she doesn't cause the evil. And Dilly Dally Dusty says, when I'm in a doomed character contest, but Mary's my competition. Hell yeah. It is really funny. We have a Mary and we have a Mary. There's a difference, but yes. Oh, you know. What else? Like, I mean, why not doom the characters? What else are they for?
My weapon's hidden talents.
There we go. What else are the characters for except to be doomed? Especially my beautiful, my wonderful and beautiful queer characters, of which we have not confirmed which one is which yet.
Rears its head in all too many forms, I'm sure you know.
Ooh,
You may never
Aries.
find them all. I nonetheless encourage you to try.
I haven't talked about this, but I made friends with the voice actor for Ares and Dionysus. He's a great guy, and he also made like a video game 2 years ago or last year. I forget when. I think it was 2 years ago at this point. Fancy Froggy says, you need to create a character named Murray, so you can cause extra name confusion. So true. I have a question for Dominus, says Dilly Dally Dusty. Will we ever see or rather hear Mary's father? You technically kind of have already. Take that how you will. Truffling says, one of my current toys is a character who came back from the dead, and he really hates that people thinks he stole his cursed flute and a remark on his height. Hell yeah. You technically... I knew it. You knew what? What did you know? Okay. Technically, I am eyeballs at you right now, Motzie. What? What are you talking about? I mean, listen, whatever idea you have, it could be correct, but it also could be wrong, and I am not gonna correct you either way. What do you mean you've already heard him? Well, you have. He was in episode 1. I just won't tell you how. Motzie, don't doubt my ability to sniff out lore. I mean... Oh yeah, Nerdy Flower says, I am eyeballs at you right now. What do you mean? Yeah, he was in episode 1. Didn't you hear him? He was right there. He's like one of the first characters you hear in like the previews that I posted too. If you didn't hear him, that's not my problem. I bet you know, I'm being completely, you know, not mysterious right now. I'm being totally normal. I don't know why you're all acting so strange. Why didn't you hear him?
Fine. Go then.
Teehee. Teehee. Truffling says the poor guy's new body is like 5 inches shorter than his original body. Nerdy Flower says me when I get Motzie. You'll never get me. You'll never catch me alive. Nerdy's gonna like come and destroy me. But yeah, for real though, like actual answer is that Yeah, sorry, I gotta pause for a sec. I was looking at the chat on my phone, but now I have to switch windows because my phone's dying. Ha! Oopsie. Anyway, yeah, he's in the first episode. But actual answer is whether or not you're gonna hear him, we'll find out. That's something I'm not gonna spoil. But he is in the first episode. Technically. And if you have any questions, I'm sure you can guess. I trust in you, if you can guess what I mean.
Oh, would you look at whom I found all by his lonely self?
Teehee. Aphrodite. I would love to hear the theories, though.
Got anything else?
Sure. Other than that, yeah. I love the idea that, like, this little fact might start, like, 10,000 theories. Because I want to see what people actually think what I mean when I say that he's there. I love being silly. Dilly Dally Dusty says, "Don't worry, I have more questions. With the key scenes you gave us, it had Olu and the dog. What kind of dog? Maybe a Saint Bernard? Haha, Saint? Okay, I'll stop." What kind of dog? Well, it was definitely a dog. And Nerdy Flower says, is the demon her father? That's a joke guess, unless... Is he? You tell me. I don't know.
Juicy.
It's not like I created the podcast or anything.
I'm back, ladies.
One of my favorite things about audio drama is that you, like, technically you can... Like, a lot happened in that episode, but there's a lot of stuff you guys did not pick up on because it's a visual. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of things, like, you would have seen in a movie or a visual medium, you do not see in the podcast. But it happens because there's no sound for it. So regardless, I don't have to, like, tell you what's there. Because a lot of shows will be like, you know, we'll try to contrive a way for you to know what's going on visually.
She's not mad.
But one of my favorite things is just... You will figure it out eventually, but I don't need a character to say, "Oh, it's Mary's father!" You know, like, kind of like that. I don't need to. Because that's not the point of the show. If that makes sense. So, yeah. That's the fun of making, like, a show like this. But yeah, Nerdy, I don't know. Is he the demon? But a shockingly important song when it comes... So I made a playlist, right? And there are songs where I'm heavily inspired by a lot of the events of the show. Or, like, I'm inspired, like, in terms of, like, things that I already planned that happen to be in a song, or things that a song inspired. Sorry. And one of them is the, it's a song called Un-American Murder Song by the singers American Murder Song. And some of the lyrics from that episode, or that song, are actually very relevant to Dominus. Which is a fun fact. An American Murder Song by American Murder Song. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm starting to sneeze now. Thank you. Thank you for the bless you. Although I'll be honest, with the amount of times I've sneezed in my life that I never got a bless you, my soul's already gone. I'm sure you know. Ooh.
Any other boons for me?
Ooh. Feel free to keep feeding me questions while I mindlessly play some Hades. Haha. Or just, you know, ideas. One of the things I'm so excited about when we finally finish Act 3, in the next, like, couple months, the next few months anyway, is the spider episode that I've been, like, really looking forward to doing for so long in Hi Nay. In Hi Nay, there's a spider episode that I've been waiting to do, and it's gonna be a fun time, because it's a silly one. It's one of those silly episodes. It's still gonna be, like, terrifying, because it's a spider, but it's gonna be a silly one. And I cannot wait for the little silly spider episode. You sold your soul to... This is why you play the demon, yeah. You sold your soul so you could write amazing audio horror, and we're all very thankful. Thank you, Nerdy. Spider episode, says Truffling, and Nerdy Flower says spiders, yeah. Can't wait for that one. It's gonna be fun. It's so silly.
One of Carol's shots.
It's a silly episode, and I love a silly episode, if you know.
Get me out of here.
Oh,
Have to say, the barge of death is never...
I'm never allowed to be at peace from my own allergies. Yeah, but a spider episode, that's one. There's also, like, one of the things that I'm excited about for Hi Nay Act 4 is the many other elders that we're gonna be meeting that we can only meet in Act 4. Even though we are meeting quite a few elders in Act 3 already. Sure. I'm sure you're already aware. Let me see. Dilly Dally Dusty says, I low-key ran out of questions. Aw, it's okay. You can just make statements, honestly. You can just make statements about, like, Dominus. Nerdy Flower says, Arachnophobia is an excellent fun horror monster movie that is underrated. Unless you actually have arachnophobia, in which case it would be torture. Truffling says, I don't actually mind spiders as long as they don't bite me, aren't black widows, and aren't the size of a small plate. I live in Australia, says Fancy Froggy, so spiders are just a regular thing. You leave them alone, they leave you alone. Truffling says, my brother and mom are total arachnophobes. His kids think spiders are friends. Aw, that's good. Well, that's nice, though, because your brother teaches them they're friends, even though he's afraid of them. I am not scared of spiders, unless they're, like, gonna jump on me. But spiders don't really scare me. I don't know if I ever shared this story on the stream before, but when I was young, well, not that much younger, when I was in my bedroom in the Philippines, I saw this gigantic, like, black spot on the, like, on the corner of my, like, wall ceiling, like, where my ceiling meets my wall, and I was like, what the hell is this black spot? So I, like, you know, stood on my bed to try and see the black spot, and then I tried to, like, poke at it with, like, a little stick. And it turns out that black spot was actually, like, dozens of spiders all clumped up together. And I saw them all, like, scatter. And they were, like, these tiny spiders. Like, they're so tiny that you cannot see any of their physical features. They just look like a black dot with legs. And I was not scared at all. But I feel like if I had arachnophobia, if I was someone with arachnophobia, that would have been, like, their nightmare scenario. Like, just a gigantic clump of spiders in their room. I think that... Fancy Froggy says, I saw a massive huntsman in my house one time and I had to stop my dog from trying to eat it. Aw. That's so real. But yeah, spiders aren't that scary to me. I just don't like something that can move fast and kind of, like, shock you. Or, like, jump on you. But I don't really mind, like, a spider on its own. They don't bother me too much. Spiders are just kind of chill for me. And I like the concept of a tarantula. Because I like a slow, fluffy spider. Like, the only thing that scares me about spiders is how fast they can move. Dilly Dally Dusty says, wait, I got another question. How important is the land surrounding the house in Dominus? Would it be kind of like how Faith did it, like with clues all around and the land and near the house? And then Dilly Dally Dusty says, personally, I love spiders, mostly just due to Spider-Man. Nerdy Flower says, I once saw a tiny green spider upside down in the kitchen sink faucet drinking up little lingering droplets. It was fascinating. Aw, that's so cute. Regarding the land around the property, it's kind of important. Like, the story is gonna take place mostly in the, you know, in the house. but you can probably guess that something came from outside, and that's why we're seeing like a lot of weird stuff. So, I mean, you can tell something's fucked up outside because all the deer keep dying. So there's that. Certainly, you might get a hint with the idea of like what the hell are the deer doing. But yeah, for the most part, it's gonna happen in the house. The horrors are gonna happen in the house. And what's really funny is that there was this movie director who said, like, I was talking to a movie director the other day, and he was like, does Dominus set take place in a single house? Because that's what you want to see for like a horror movie, a low budget horror movie. And I'm like, oh wow, you already want to make this into a horror movie. That would be neat. And he's like, get in touch with me once the show's done. And I'm like, okay. Sounds good. I would love for this to be a movie, if it ever comes down to it. But it does take place in more than one location. Like, obviously it takes place in the house, but it also takes place in the church. And there's a lot of flashbacks that's gonna happen, so we're not gonna be only in one place. So I don't know if that's actually what he wants to do. We'll see. It would be nice, though. I do want to do, like, a small horror movie somewhere. Like, if I would be happy to, like, set it in a single location, if that's what it comes to.
Delicious.
Delicious. Okay.
Always a pleasure, Carol.
Ooh, lots of chats. Let me see. I love spiders too. We're on the same side because there's lots of other bugs that I don't want in my house. Exactly. I used to get a lot of moths in my house. They were very beautiful. And then that's Fancy Froggy. And then Truffling says, I found a mantis in my house once. It was on my lamp, so I saw a projection of its shadow. That's kind of neat. And then Nerdy Flower says, moths are so beautiful. I once saw a lunar moth during my college graduation. Of all places, it felt magical. It felt symbolic. Dilly Dally Dusty says, I'd love a Dominus movie. And Fancy Froggy says, if Dominus was made into a movie, I would be the first in line to go see it. It would be awesome. Nerdy Flower says, I will absolutely pre-order tickets for a Motzie made horror movie. I am a wuss about visual horror. Dilly Dally Dusty says, wait, will the fathers ever go back to the church, or are they just trapped till the demon's gone? You'll find out. But we do know that the beginning of the show takes place on the church. So that's what you do know. Ugh, you're so annoying. Oh my god. Ugh. So frustrating. Okay. Sorry, just a bit of, like, game talk. But yeah, thank you, everybody. No, it would be super awesome if it did get made into a movie, but I don't know how feasible that is yet. Maybe one day. Maybe. Do the fathers ever go back to church? You'll find out. But we know that we see them in the church at the beginning of the show. That's where the conversations about going to the location in the first place happens. Stanford Estate. You'd be surprised about how many, like, freaky, lonely places there are in, like, Ontario. Like some sort of, like, weird mansion. Hey, let's meet the, husbands. Look, it's the husbands! It's Achilles and Patroclus!
May all your fears leave you behind once you walk past that door.
Thank you, Patroclus. Okay. Okay. I didn't realize mantises were actually tiny. Yes, and then Nopesy Doodle says, Motzie, who would your Dreamcast be if we did get a Dominus movie? Ooh. No, not Tom Holland as Father Friedrich. Anyway, that's a good question. I haven't thought about it, because I like the voice actors that we have. And honestly, Kareem could play Father Friedrich. Because Father Friedrich is meant to be racially ambiguous. Kareem is not racially ambiguous, but you get the idea. We modeled his appearance after Kareem a little bit. Slightly. At least, like, in terms of just, yeah, just a little bit, some of his details. Not a super amount. Like, obviously, he also was modeled after, like, like fucking Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame a little bit. But, Kareem could play him, I feel. Or any, I mean, there's a lot of British actors that can play, like, a little bit of a snooty guy pretty well. As for Father Olu, like, once again, Lenville could technically play him, but Lenville's pretty thin compared to Father Olu. Father Olu's more of a solid guy. It's a silly answer, but I feel like Denzel Washington could play him. But I'm also thinking someone bigger, like, who am I thinking of? Gosh. I'm trying, there's a actor I'm thinking of in my head, but I forget his name. Gosh. Yeah, it's escaping me right now. Let me see. In Ontario, you can confirm you don't have to go far to get spooky. Exactly. Zendaya is Mary. Yeah, similarly, like, it's so funny that the characters kind of look like who they, like, their voice actors as well. Slightly. Like, not so much, but it's not hard to make the connection visually between them, which I find to be important. Not necessarily because it's important to the character itself, but because I like when a voice actor contributes a little bit to what the character is, like, seen as, or look like, or is experienced as. Does that make sense? I love it when that happens. Yippee! Look at how fast I could play this game. I don't know how many people have actually played Hades, but it's not usually like this. There you go. Although I can go faster. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. No! No! Ah! My head, it hurts. Not Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Cause he's Peter the Rock. Cause he's fucking Peter the. Okay. Philip Boykin as Father Olu would be good. Philip Boykin. Huh. Let me look that up. Philip Boykin. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, definitely could. Okay, who else? I do like that they're lightly inspired by their VAs, is reminiscent of the theater. Exactly. Like, I feel like I'm kind of inspired by the theater. The actor is in the character, but it's not one-to-one as film, if that makes sense. I didn't realize I was making a pun. Well, you did, Truffling. You did, and it hurt me, because I hate The Rock. I hate him. So, never. I will never have him as Olu. That's pretty funny, though. The fact that he's like Peter the Rock. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's already 8:15. Should I switch games, or should I... We'll see. We'll see what I feel after this. Let's see. Because I do like the concept of playing a little bit of, maybe playing a little bit of, observation duty. I don't know if you guys know observation duty. I played it like a couple of years ago when, on when we were doing live streams, but it's more of a horror themed game. It's very fun to play with an audience because it's very interactive as a game. It's also very horror themed and can be a little spooky at times. I wonder if I can load it up here. Let's see. Truffling says, "Well, I should get going. I need to pack and get a walk in. Good night. Good night, Truffling." And then Dilly Dally Dusty says, "Don't worry, it was a very funny pun." True. Exactly. Oh, yeah. For my birthday party, that was last Sunday. So my birthday's today, but my birthday party was last Sunday. I made people do a mock citizenship test. Because it was my citizenship celebration party as well. Because I just got my citizenship in February. And yes, that does mean that I did win the Canadian Podcast Awards before I was a Canadian citizen. Congratulations to me. But it was my citizenship ceremony in February. And so for my birthday, which is also a citizenship celebration, I made people take a mock citizenship test based on like actual questions about it. And 2/3 of the people passed, but 1/3 did not, and it was very funny because I was like, dang, I have to deport you now. No, I'm kidding. Not actually true, but still. It was super fun though, because there are a lot of like really hard questions sometimes. Not always though. Sometimes it's pretty easy to remember. Mozzie's a diva. I made people take a test on my birthday. In my birthday party. It was very funny. And I think you should all appreciate how funny it was. Darn it, I don't get a good alt. Whatever. Anyway. How do y'all feel about a horror game to end off this night? Are you all brave enough, or would we rather stay in the Weenie Hut Jr. Hades game? Which, by the way, I'm totally fine with, because I'm a Weenie Hut Jr. I'm a weenie from the Hut Jr. of the same name. Nerdy Flower says, "I used to work in immigrant services agency. We all took a practice test one day during some downtime, and all the Canadian-born staff bombed, including me." Exactly. Dilly Dally Dusty says, "I love a horror game." Nerdy Flower says, "I'm also Weenie Hut Jr., but I will be brave." So, okay. Sounds good. We'll end this game when I beat Hades, and then we will transfer over to an observation duty. Yeah. Observation duty is so fun. I haven't played it in a long time though, so I'm probably gonna fail as well. So no worries, everybody. It's totally fine if we all fail together. And that'll be the last 30 minutes of the stream. Yay! Yippee! Oh, I need to order my food as well. I need to figure out what I want for dinner. There's a burger in the Philippines, in Burger King Philippines, that is so good, but does not exist anywhere else, and I miss it today. So silly. Let me see. One sec. Maybe I'll just get that for dinner. Who knows? Oh, this is good music, by the way. I'll come back. Motzie, it's so late. Please order food. It's your birthday. It's okay. I had a late lunch. It's fine. But I will order food, I promise. Hehe. Yeah. See how silly. See how easy this is. This is an easy game. I don't know why people think it's hard. People keep saying it's a challenging game. I see. I'm being quite silly. go.
Like that?
Teehee. I do dare. I do declare. Alright. What's fun is that the observation duty games have so many, like, numbers at this point. Like, so many number games at this point. So, I will happily, like, play it. Like, you guys can pick the number. There we go.
You stubborn. You shrug off death as though it means nothing to you.
Teehee. Teehee.
Done. Boy.
Thanks, Dad. Okay. Nerdy Flower says, "Oh, I forgot you're a city person who eats dinner late. Apparently 5 p.m. dinner is a small town thing." True, 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 true. It depends on the day. I am up until, like... So it is, like, good because I am able to order. I am able to order food pretty late because a lot of places are open. I'm very much a downtown city girl. And part of that is that I can order food pretty late. Fishing. Okay. Time to end this one. Oof, my neck. Whew. Oh my goodness. Streaming is so fun, but it is kind of exhausting in a weird way. Just chatting for so much time. Okay. I'm gonna switch over to observation duty. But which one? Let me see what I have.
I did it. I think.
Okay. Hello. Let me switch out from Hades. I'm eating some... Hi! Hello! What do I have here? Oh wait! I don't have it installed. Oh no! Let me see. Oh gosh, I don't have the observation duty games installed. Okay. One more choice, because I do have some games installed here. I'm very silly. I forgot that I didn't have the observation duties installed. I had it installed my last computer. That's why I thought I had them. Options. Faith. Again. So, some Mortis. So we have Faith. We also have Left 4 Dead 2, which you can play just a single player on. So yeah, do you want Faith or Left 4 Dead 2? Sorry guys, I was really hyping up observation duty, but please choose your... Left 4 Dead 2 is, yeah, action game. So old, by the way, but it still holds up to this day. Left 4 Dead 2 or Faith? Which one would you like me to play today in the last 30 minutes of the stream? Send in your answers now. While I order my dinner. Left 4 Dead, just like all the Dominus characters. True, Dally Dusty, you're so correct. You're so correct about the characters. So true. Okay, let me just order a burger. A burger. A burger. A burger. A burger. Ooh, that looks good. Alright. Alright. Okay. More cheese. I want all the cheese. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. And I order my food. Hooray! That's all I need. And we shall load in Left 4 Dead. That'll be fun. I should change the game as well on the stream. But it's so fun to be able to do like multiple games. Vote 2 for Left 4 Dead. You ordered too much cheese, the cops are Every time you hear an alarm, it's because of me. It's my fault. Yay! By the time I finish this stream, I will have my burger! Yippee! Okay. Alright. Left 4 Dead time. Also, look at how cute, Ophelia is. Her name is Ophelia. She is the skeleton baby of a wonderful horror artist named Enoch. Oh, that's loud. I should lower that volume. Okay. Let me just fix the audio so it's not too loud. I think that's fine. Let's see. Okay, let me, alright. Burger time. Okay, let me do game capture. Where are you? Okay. Where is it? Let me do another game capture for Left 4 Dead 2. There we go. Hopefully that'll transition. There we go. Wonderful. Alright. Pick a campaign. Any campaign. Except for Last Stand. I'm not really a fan of Last Stand. Vote the first one that will show up. Rouge Streak says, Happy birthday, Motzie. Thanks for coming. Oh my gosh, thank you for coming, Rouge Streak. Blood Harvest. Okay. Oh my gosh, Dilly Dally Dusty picked my thing immediately. Okay, let's do Blood Harvest. I haven't played this in a while. And let me see if the music's playing alright. I'm usually worried that this game gets too loud, but I think I just made it a little too quiet right now. We'll do a bit of Left 4 Dead. Let's go. Let me... Music? There we go. Wait, where's the music? Wait a minute. Where's the music?
Last thing I heard, there's some kind of military outpost not far from here, up along the train tracks.
Okay, that sounds a bit loud to me. But where's the... Oh, that's why. I see what it means. What it is now. Okay. There we go.
We just need to find the train tracks and then follow them.
Here we go. Alright. So Left 4 Dead was a 2009 game? I think even earlier than that. I think Left 4 Dead 2 was 2009.
These woods look thicker and boomer shit. Nobody wander off.
Yeah, it can be a little spooky, but it's more of a, yeah, it's more of a zombie game. It is a zombie game. It's the zombie game that every other zombie game strives to be, is Left 4 Dead. And I don't know if you've all ever played it before, but it's super fun. I'm on top of it. Exactly. If you have any, yeah, and Rouge Streak, and anyone, if you have any questions or any, like, comments about Hi Nay and Dominus, if you want to, like, contribute an episode idea, please feel free to contribute it right now. Oh, I hear a terrible sound. There it is. Okay. Oh, ew. Oh, boy. Where are they? There they are. Oh my goodness. This moves fast. Oh, I should change the... I just realized I should change the game on the stream. They're like, this isn't Hades. Let me change that again. Let's change to Left 4 Dead. There we go. Yes, I do know that. Done. Okay. Nopsy Doodles says, I gotta go now, but this was super fun. Once again, happy birthday. Bye, everyone. Bye, Nopsy Doodles. Rouge Streak says, I love playing this with my brother. And Nerdy Flower says, I can't play most video games now because I get motion sick. I don't know what happened, but at least I can watch streams. No, but, like, Left 4 Dead, I find, has a motion sickness problem. I did fix it. I did fix it eventually. Like, I had this code that I put in. But, yeah, Left 4 Dead in particular is very motion sick inducing. in a way that a lot of other games aren't for me. But I have no problem playing like 1 or 2 rounds and then being done. It can be a bit of a problem though. Totally understand. It's a bit of a, yeah, the graphics here are a little difficult.
Francis, this look like home to you?
Ooh.
Might want to save this for later.
Items. Oh boy.
Boomer nearby.
There's a smoker. Oops. I'm gonna burn some things out there. Come on in. There we go. Oh, it just never moved. That's pretty funny. It's stuck. Okay. I think it's the first person POV that gets me, which unfortunately includes Mario Kart LS. Motzie, you're on fire, not metaphorically. Yeah. Sometimes I run into fire. It's just how the way it is. Okay. Time to keep moving. Oh, I have my... Oh, that's the first time someone messaged me on Discord. That's pretty funny. Let me go check real quick. Okay, let me mute that and then go back. Yeah, so we have 30 more minutes before the end of the stream. If you have any requests or questions, feel free to ask them. But otherwise, I'm just having fun hanging out with all of you. Especially with the questions about Dominus and the commentary. I've revealed a couple of interesting things about the show that may or may not make sense later. Let me know if the audio's good. The sound effects tend to get loud here, but it's not too bad, I feel. Oh, there's something up there. Oh, I never... Oh, hello. I love the voice acting in this game. Left 4 Dead 1 came out, I think, a lot earlier. I'm trying to remember what date it was. Was it also 2009? I don't remember.
Grenade!
Oh, hey. There we go. I love the sound of, yeah. Once again, ran into some fire. As you do. Is there anything in here? Nope. Why is there a room there? Okay, let me check the chats. Dilly Dally Dusty says, I don't know if it's actually important or if I'm digging for scraps, but I really like the fact that Wolfie drew Mary with green eyes. It connects Wolfie's TMA art with Dominus with the importance of eyes. Yeah, no, we were kind of going back and forth on what the color of our eyes should be. We were like thinking maybe blue, but I feel like green is more for her. And then Nerdy Flower says, what kind of a basic question, but how many episodes do you expect Dominus to have? 10! 10 episodes. So, unless we hit our stretch goal of 12.5, which means we get one extra episode, Dominus will only have 10 episodes. 11 episodes if we hit our stretch goal. It's just a satisfying game to play, honestly.
There's a safe place up ahead.
I kind of want to play this more with some friends, although it does give a little motion sickness in the end.
That door.
Yippee! Music here is good. Okay, let's, Ooh, I do love a short contained story, right? I mean, it's also because the budget, like... Dominus is the biggest budget thing I've ever done, in terms of a podcast, but part of that is because I want every actor to be paid properly, you know, as a professional actor. In Hi Nay, I'm able to do an endless amount of episodes because I am generally the only voice actor, with a couple of, like, friends, like, helping out every now and then. But when it comes to Dominus, it's a full cast, right? It's a full cast, a lot of professional actors. Even if they take a little bit of a diminished pay just to help us make the show, I still want it to be, like, fair to them. Which is why it's a big... Oh, fun. Already? That's interesting. Oh, wow. They're here. Hello. That's kind of funny. They all came from here. Yeah, so Dominus is only 10 episodes, but if people really like it, maybe in the future there'll be more episodes. But that requires another bigger budget, so... Unfortunately, shows are expensive to make. A lot of people don't seem to know that, but they are. They are incredibly expensive to make. Oh, it's fine. Okay, let's see if... Huh. Wait, where's the... That's annoying.
Weapons here.
Where's my fire? Anyway. Did it get... Yeah, it went back. How many of your VAs are also from Toronto? Actually, for the first episode, it's just me. But in the future episodes, I want to have as many VAs from Toronto as possible. It just so happened that this one, you know, we wanted some specialized, like... So, people have mentioned this before, which is basically that, like, why aren't all the VAs from Toronto? Which is a fair question. And I think, like, it's a good question for people who, like, are like, this is a Toronto show. But it's because I had the idea before I knew that it was going to be funded by the government of Toronto. So... now there is more of an interest to kind of like cast as many people in Toronto as possible, but right now it is just a lot of like Rusty Quill stalwarts because a lot of like we wanted like a lot of people who can pull an audience, if that makes sense. That's Rude Streak. Yeah, that's a question. And Nerdy Flower says, just a different flavor than something longer than Hi Nay. All the major story food groups. True. Yeah, we have the long but low budget show, and then you have the shorter but higher budget show. Different flavors, different strokes, and all that. Ew. Yeah. Oof. I keep whip panning myself. I keep, like, making myself a little motion sick because I keep whipping around. Which I should do less of. Oh, I haven't seen this map in a while, honestly. Which is kind of funny. Why are you running away from me? There you go. Okay. Ooh, let's go. Open the emergency door. Where is the switch? Oh, is she on the other side of the door? That seems fun. Yippee! Okay, where's the witch? The witch is so dangerous. I love the sound of the witch, by the way. It's proper horror gaming. Like, even though this is not, like, super horrific as far as, like, zombie games go. The witch is really spooky. But I just, yeah, tricked it. Okay. Alright. We have 20 more minutes for the stream. If you have any commentary or questions, feel free to ask them. But Yeah, we're coming to the end. Soonish, soon. I'm just chilling. I'm just enjoying myself. Ooh. There's a little thing over there. Oh, that's kind of weird. Oh, this is like a really, like, this game is not super scary, but it's a little unsettling sometimes, which I like. I appreciate how it can, like, do proper horror, even if it doesn't have to. It's capable of it. The sound design is so spooky. Like, even if most people have played this game, it was like, you know how old this game is? I used to play this game in internet cafes. This is one of the games that they had in an internet cafe, like pre-loaded in. Or what do you call it? Like, pre-installed, because a lot of people like to play this as a team game. Similarly to, TF2. These are like the classic games. And I say that as though it's like so old. It's not that old, but still. It is old to a lot of people now. Spooky. Unsettling. Okay. When I played with my brother, says Roach Streak, I would be the witch bait so that you could sneak around and get her. Yeah. I have a lot of ways to, like, deal with the witch now. Nerdy Flower says, don't remind me how many years ago 2009 was. You're slightly younger than me. Motzie is Unk. Oh no, I'm Unk! So true. I am Unk. Oh. I am of Unk age, to be fair. Oh, where is he coming from? That's pretty funny. I am of Unk status, that's very true. Unk is a mindset, not an age. But it's also an age. And I am very Unk in both ways and always. Oh. The sound design here is so good, even though it is a bit loud. Okay. Question. What are you most excited about Re Dominus coming out in October? Honestly, all of it. I'm excited about all the people's reactions to it. I'm excited about, like, what people think of the story. Because I'm a big, like, one of my, like, obviously I really want there to be financial support so that I can pay people when I'm making it. But quite frankly, and of course, like, you know, support myself as a creator. But the more important for me is, like, feedback, is, you know, like, seeing people be excited about it. So mostly I want to see more people be excited about the show, and kind of, like, I want to see the reactions to it. I hear a tank. There's a tank. Where are you? Where's this tank at? There it is. That's a tank. There you go. There we go. Okay. An episode in Dominus where the fathers just knit and play bingo like every old person does. That would be nice. I will say, I technically, Alu does have, a specific hobby. It's never gonna be in the show, because he's too busy suffering. But Alu does have a hobby, which is, he plays the guitar. Which helps when you're singing choir songs. But, yeah. That will, you know, when I was designing his character, that was one of the things I thought about. But probably it's not gonna show up in the actual show. Maybe it'll be mentioned in passing. Maybe I'll get the characters to sing a song. But yeah, that's a fun fact for you. Alu plays the guitar. Ooh, we're getting through. Father Alu said, "Okay, here's Wonderwall." Teehee. Okay. Almost done. I'm this close to my border. I do want to do more streams though. I guess mostly the streams would have to be game streams because, you know, that's what fills up 2 hours. But it depends on what kind of game stream I want to do. Because obviously at some point I want to do more observation duty streams. I want to do some more Faith so I can finish Faith. Thanks, Lewis. You know, I'm surprised they never did a Left 4 Dead movie. I feel like these movies are pretty easy to adapt. Four main actors, bit of action. Like, it would be a blockbuster, but it wouldn't be that, like, big an undertaking, I feel. Oh. Yeah, I love how kind of spooky this place is. Where are you? Okay. Stream comments. He'll beat the demon with the power of music, like every musical ever, says Dilly Dally Dusty. Nerdy Flower says, that's very fun though. I love a clergy who can strum a chord. Yeah. I imagine them like from that one song from American Murderer's song. The one, Body on the Step. I like to imagine that they're all singing it together. That's kind of annoying. Oopsie. That was fast. Okay. There you go.
Got a weapon here.
Oh, I've saved so many of my teammates already. Okay. Alright. At some point, I do want to play that Filipino horror game I mentioned. It is just, we'll see. We'll see when I can make it happen. Because it's too scary. I'm scared. I'm a scaredy cat. Faith ended up being fun, though. Because Faith was a little spooky. It's kind of a scary... Oh, there's the witch. Would you like to see how else I deal with the witch? Other than with explosive ammo? I will show you how. Oh boy. Oh no, Lewis! Fell all the way down there. Oopsie. Okay. You're gonna watch me deal with this witch. It's a bad idea, but it's a fun one. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie! Oopsie! Oh, I've cornered myself. Oh, there you go. Yay! I did it. That wasn't too bad. That was fine. Another question from Nerdy Flower. My local United Church did a plushie blessing, exactly what it sounds like. I showed up out of sheer curiosity. And which Dominus priest do you think would be most likely to do something like that? Friedrich would never. True. Alu would do it. Jonas would also do it. But I think Jonas wouldn't even think of doing that. I think he would be so down if somebody suggested it. It's just not something he would think about or think of. Like, because Alu has whimsy. Jonas is kind of just, like, busy every day. Jonas experiences, how would I describe it? Like, he does, he's all business all the time. Like, he's a fun-loving guy, but he has so much to do all the time. He is a priest in the Philippines. It's kind of just, like, part of the job description that everything must happen all the time forever. And there's not much you can do about it. Poor Jonas. He is just too busy and too responsible for things. I think Olu would have the wherewithal and the connection to his I was gonna say constituents, no, his parish, to suggest it. He's a fun-loving guy. He would have the wherewithal to, like, suggest it. As a very fun-loving priest. Sometimes you want to have a good time. Ooh, 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 guess what, guess what, guess what, look. I have a chainsaw! Yeah, we found a chainsaw before the end of the stream! Yippee! Okay. Jonas deserves more whimsy, says Nerdy Flower, but he would give it to his congregation first. Good guy, Jonas. Exactly. Dilly Dally Dusty says, I need a game stream where Motzie just plays a bunch of Roblox horror games like the youth does. Dang, I've never even played Roblox. Maybe. Nerdy Flower says, I did in fact get a plushie blessed because, well, I was already there. Woo! Chainsaw! Exactly. This is what you want! This is what you need! Chainsaw in this game. So blessed. Yippee! Yippee! Wow, that's a big crowd.
Fire in the hole! Weapons here!
There we go. Alright. Almost done with the stream and almost done with... Alright, let's see... Alright, let's finish this round and then we shall finish the stream. This map is a little less, like, familiar to me. It's still fun though, obviously. You can probably tell. You always get... Lewis is always the one who gets charged. I don't know why. Okay. I'm gonna have to save this chainsaw. I remember there being a big, like, fight here. Let's see. Yes, this is the one. It's about to be hell real soon. Wow. Okay, now we can load up here. Wonderful. Awesome. There we go. That is a burning jockey. Okay, here we go. Where is this? How do I get up there? Okay. Oh, awesome. Okay. Be ready to fight the horde. Okay. Sounds good. Here we go. Alright, it's time to go. Where are we going? Oh, here we go. Ah! Ah! I'm so glad I have my chainsaw. It's gonna be so tough. This is a good place to end the stream, too. this fucking fight. Ah, fudge. Thank you. Get in here! Get in here! Okay, this is less stressful with the chainsaw. That fight is usually takes like so much longer. Yay! Okay. Alright, chainsaw, whimsy, and joy. Exactly. Okay, so we are coming to the end of the stream. It is now 8:56, 4 minutes to go. Oh my gosh, this was so fun though. Alright. I will end this game of Left 4 Dead, and I will come say hello to everybody before... Okay. Let me... This is so fun, though. I do want to play more games like this. Hi! Whew! My neck, though. I don't know what it is about streaming. Usually I'm not this... Like... My neck isn't this strained when I'm, like, when I'm just playing by myself. Maybe because I'm not, like, performing or anything. I'm not, like, talking to people. But, yes. Thank you so much, everyone. I had such a good time. I'm so glad I got to spend time with everybody here. I will upload the stream to the VOD, to the Hi Nay channel, the VODs. I'm glad I got to answer a lot of questions. I'm glad you all came to hang out. Thank you, Nerdy Flower, Dilly Dally Dusty, Rouge Streak. Dilly Dally Dusty says, amazing stream, Motzie, have a good birthday and burger. Thank you. Yeah, the burger has arrived. Rouge Streak says, awesome, have a great birthday. Hearts. And Nerdy Flower says, happy birthday and Borger. Yay! Happy Borger! Happy Borg Day! Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I know we're, like, 3 minutes off of the thing, but I am, like, ready to rest. Oh, gosh, my neck. I mean, I did have a relaxing day, so that was nice. I got to call some friends. I got to, like, eat some good food. I'm gonna eat some good food now. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. And remember, I will be doing confessionals, so please send in any questions you want read out and answered on an episode for Dominus, and especially Dominus episode 1. And I will also do Hi Nay B-Sides, which is for Hi Nay. Ask the questions if you want, so that I can add it to the episode. And Nerdy Flower says, everyone deserves a restful birthday. Thank you. Alright. Bye, everybody. Bye, Dilly Dally. Bye, Nerdy. Bye, Rouge Streak. Bye, everybody. Bye.